I completed my 214th and final Wainwright way back in 1984, and although I've picked up a couple of the Outlying Fells since, I've never done them properly. Now, some 40 years later, I got this crazy idea of trying to finish the Outlying Fells. After all, Wainwright did dedicate them to the old timers. I've no idea whether I can do this or not, but I won't know unless I give it a go. Hopefully this might inspire some of you old timers to get out there again on the fells, and if you really are too old and infirm, then maybe you can live vicariously through these videos. Today I'm going to be tackling Boat How, which is a small fell just outside Boot in Eskdale. It's one of the more central of the Outlying Fells. It could actually have been included in the Southern Fells book, but presumably Wainwright didn't consider it to be high enough. Apparently there's some grand views at the top, so we'll make a start. Right, the walk to Boat How starts from Boot in Eskdale, the nice village of Boot. There's not really any parking here unless you park at the Boot Inn, which is strictly for patrons only. But of course you'll be having a pint on the way back anyway. Other than that, you can do what I've done, have a partner with you, and they can go in and become a patron while you go for your walk. Tiny little village, Boot, but it's quite interesting. Right, from Boot we head out over the bridge, past Eskdale Mill and up onto the hillside there. Right, just past Eskdale Mill we head off up the fell. You can do this walk either anti-clockwise or clockwise. Clockwise you would go up there, which is the way we'll be coming down. So anti-clockwise we go through this gate. I think there's a fairly good path here which leads up to Moor Tarn. Nice little start to the walk through a little bit of forest with some lovely native oaks. Alright, through another gate here, past the bracken, and then the fell side on the left starts opening up, and still got a little straggle of forest on the right, and I think this is about a mile from where we head uphill to Boat How. Plenty of gates on this path. If you can get them open. Well, we're definitely on the footpath, and I think we've got our first steepish climb. Well, at least the path doesn't go up the wall. We turn right here, and the gate's open, so save the struggle. Not long after that last gate, just past this lovely oak tree, we get our first views. And we haven't really come very far. Just about make out the boot in down there, I think. Quite a level path now, past this grand old oak tree. Another gate, and I don't think this one was on Wainwright's original map somehow. And there's a neat way to shut the gate. And now we're really out on the open fell. Now, Wainwright says follow this path until you get level to the ruin of the old building there. But it looks as if people have cut a path directly up to that, so save a bit of walking around the right there. And then really it's just head straight across the moor to the summit of Boat Howe over there. I'm going to take a short break here by the old ruin, have a drink and carry on. It's quite hot today, even though the weather doesn't look like it. That shortcut I mentioned a little while back, straight up to the ruin, don't bother with that if you want dry feet, because it's essentially a stream just running down from the ruin. Your best bet is to stick to the track until you get past the ruin and then just turn left there. From the ruin here, it's just a wander across the moor. You can just about make out a track there, or that looks a bit boggy, but I think that'll be fairly easy going. And I am assuming that the summit is the second one over there, but not absolutely sure. Could be the one straight ahead. Well, as much as I enjoyed Whitfell yesterday, I've hated every bit of that little trek up there from the ruin. And the Wainwright map still says go straight across the fell, no path. It looks as if there's a path there leading down to the hut, but it's not really. It's just tussock grass with lots of angle twisting holes, swamp, little rivers, and a bit of bracken to go through. Now that we've got out of that, there seems to be a path coming up here to my left, or it'd be to the right as you come up from the ruin there. I suggest that you actually carry on the track way past the ruin and see if you can pick this path up. It might even be worth going all the way to Burnmore Tarn and then coming up the back of Boat Howe. Right, unless you're a masochist, don't try this way. I'm hoping now that the path now here will be relatively level to the top of the fell. Well, it's looking as if this path actually goes down now into the valley, and I think we'd better strike up again across pathless terrain and see if we can get a bit over to the right, which I'm sure is where the top is. Well, I'm wondering if that's the top. It certainly looks like it, and there's one guy already up there who thinks it's the top. Now in fact this isn't the summit. That sheep up the top made me believe it was. Summit's over there. But at least there's a path. If you can call that a cairn. Well, that's boat howl bagged, and I must say that I haven't enjoyed that in the slightest. If you're bagging the Outlying Fells, obviously you've got to come up here and do it, but if you're not, I'd give it a miss, at least in the way that Wainwright suggests. I'm not sure whether I totally messed up the navigation there or whether there is absolutely no path, but it's very unpleasant going from the ruin there up till the top of the fell. And in fact the top is rather strange, because on the map the top is about 100 yards or further than that away from me now, but it's at a much lower point. Unfortunately now all the clag's coming in, so that's made a little bit of a disappointing day, even more disappointing. So it's now back down to the boot in, but the way down should be quite straightforward. It's a great pity, because there's some tremendous views to be had here, from up here, especially towards Fell, but of course Fell's been in the clag all day. Never mind, it can't all be good, but at least it's another one ticked off. Doesn't look as if I'll be doing any more today, because I think the weather's really going to turn. So we'll see what we find on the way down. I think Wainwright says there's some nice ruins there. If the weather's good enough, I'll film those on the way down. Just come past this little knoll here, which the map reckons is the actual summit of Boat Howl, but if you go from where I was before, this is considerably lower, so that's not the summit. There's a decent path down this way anyway. So if you do want to do Boat Howl, I'd suggest that you actually do it on the clockwise way, because certainly this bit here is a lot easier to get up to the summit than trudging through all that pathless terrain. It's a well-defined path, but extremely boggy, so be prepared to get some damp feet. And I think we head off now in that direction, which looks a little bit drier. This little knoll on my right is marked as Bratt's Hill on the map. And I think it's around here. The Wainwright says there's some of the old ruins or old cairns or whatever. No sign of them yet. but this path has been really boggy. Easy to follow, but you're going to get wet feet unless you've got decent boots. But let's see where we come from. Over there. Well, there hasn't been much sign of Wainwright's stone circles or ancient cairns or tumuluses or whatever. I'm just wondering whether this is one. Or maybe the path that I've taken, the obvious path, just skirts around them. Once you get away from all the bog, it's a nice easy path, and you start to get glimpses of some of the dwellings down in the valley. This is definitely the way to come up. And now the rain's coming down. And so we've done the circle. We're back now at the point where I turned right off there, and where I said we were coming back down over there somewhere. As I've said on the way round, don't go through that gate there because there's no path once you actually get to the top. If you go up the hill here and do the walk anti-clockwise, you'll find it a lot easier. It's definitely raining now, so I'm going to record one last bit at the bottom and I'll see you there. Turn left here and we're back down to Eskdale Mill, and a few hundred yards further on, the Boot Inn. Now I have moaned and everything on the way round, but I think that could have been a nicer walk if it was better weather, a bit more of a path. I don't know. Probably wasn't in the mood for that one. Well, I'm taking a bit of shelter here out of the rain to do the wrap up. That's Boat Hell, another Wainwright finished, and as I say, it's a Wainwright bag, not a particularly enjoyable walk, but that could just be me. You might enjoy it a lot better than I did. The plan was to take in Great Worm Crag on the way back to our cottage in Alpha. But I'll call that a day here because the clag's down, it's raining, and there's no point in trogging about on a fell. If you can't film it, you can't enjoy it. I'll leave you with a recap of the route that I followed, but I don't recommend that you follow the same route. Find your own way up there. Nice post office and gift shop there. And a telephone box. There's no mobile signal here. And this is the back of the Boot Inn. Strictly patrons only, so I better go and get a pint.